Alrighty, so now we have the site abandon flow. So let's get into this and make sure that for setup and all the triggers and filters and everything, you're checking out the documentation that we give you. But the site abandon flow, what is this? This flow is going to trigger and fire for when somebody goes to your website, they don't actually view any products or go further down the funnel. Usually this can be because they didn't find a product that they like, or we just need to show them more of what we have. They got distracted while shopping, whatever it is. The trigger inside of Klaviyo is active on site. So if I were to pull up and go to Nike.com, right now, right when I visit Nike's website, Nike.com, this is what fires the active on site trigger. Boom, it's fired. And what's going to kick me out of this flow is if I actually view a product page. So if I went to this, I still haven't viewed any specific products. So still, right now, I would receive the site abandon flow. But right when we click onto a product page, boom, this is what would trigger a different flow, which is the browse abandon flow, which we'll be covering next. But the site abandon flow is for people who are just browsing things. They didn't actually click on any products. So that's what is firing this flow. And so what's the strategy with this? What are we going to send to these people? Well, they didn't click on any products, so we want to show them what we have. But we really don't need to be doing too much here, especially since it's lower intent than like a cart abandon or browse abandon or checkout abandon. So just 1 to 2 emails to re-engage these people is perfect, as long as you're sending consistent campaigns, because on top of this, this person will be receiving 3 to 4 campaigns per week from you. So we don't need to go too crazy, but we're going to go product by product here. The strategy here, I like to wait 4 hours. You can test this. You can be a little bit more aggressive, like a 1 hour time delay. Typically, I find that 4 hours is a pretty good time delay and usually performs the best, but test it for your brand. And in this first product, we just want to encourage further browsing, show some products, and then also give options to support in case people have any questions about your products. Then email 2, we like to follow it up with one of these text-based reminders as well and try to point people in the right direction. So 1 by 1, site abandon email 1, encourage browsing, show products, offer support. Couple subject line ideas, just be straightforward, and we want to address the abandonment. We don't want this to seem like another campaign. We want it to address the abandonment, like find what you're looking for. There's more here. We saw you seeing us, ready to come back, something like this. And as far as like quick tips to make sure that you really optimize this email, so we need to have a button above the fold so that the customer doesn't need to scroll. So have a button way up here. You can see right here what we do. Since the demographic is split pretty evenly among men and women, we put a button for both up at the top. And then make sure to have individual buttons for each product. So as we're showing these products, have an individual button for each one, and then category buttons in the footer so that people can shop further items if they want. Boom. That's really all we need for the site abandon email. We know you stop by, shop now, here are some of our best sellers. Boom. That's it. Then that brings us to site abandon number 2, where we're going to mix in a personal reminder and kind of like remind somebody of the brand and point them in the right direction. This personal touch really means a lot, and people really respond well to this, and you'd be surprised how many people actually buy from this. A lot of times it performs better than the first one. So just keep it short and snappy. No one wants to read an essay of information, and just make sure you update the sender name to be an actual human's name so that it stands out in the inbox. So you can do that directly inside of Klaviyo. Just click update sender name. So just do that within that email. Here's a perfect example, just like, hey name, it's Michelle, the founder of Velvet Caviar. I noticed you were browsing our site and didn't find a case that you liked. We have over 200 plus styles. I know finding one can be hard to find your favorite. Try checking out our best sellers for a curated collection. I know you'll find something you love there. See, it's super personal, it's super nice, reaching out right here. And then PS, if you got the new iPhone 16, we're out of 100 plus cases for it, ready to ship. Shop 20% off today. Boom. Perfect execution, super friendly, comes from a friend. This is how we want to roll, to have that personal feel and to get somebody to purchase and feel looked after. That's all we need for the site abandon flow, those 2 emails. Now let's get to the next one.